Part of why I wanted to do this workshop is because most of the music experiences that I have are enjoyable in my home church, but not memorable, I would say. I think we spend a lot of time in our services either being read to or reading. And not all the time, but most of the time, I would count hymn singing as reading rather than making music, right? I didn't come up with the joke that you use are bad singers because they're looking ahead to see if they agree with the words. It seems painfully true, though. And when we in our church have people talk about how they came to our church and we do what's called one member's journey, people often say, I felt so good to find a church where I didn't have to leave my rationality, leave my brain at the door. That's one of the beautiful things that UUism has to offer. Often we leave our bodies at the door, I think, though. And for a whole worship experience, I think we need to be able to bring everything inside. So that's what this is about. Let's get on into the arranging of music section, and let's do Wo Ya Ya. So that leads exactly to the subtitle of this workshop, which is blurring the line between participation and performance. In my church, we do hymns where everyone sings, kind of, and we're all looking at the book. And then we have the choir get up and do a beautiful piece, and then they sit down and we do another hymn. Maybe the choir does another piece. Where is the place in between? How is it that the choir can teach the music to the congregation? One thing I did here is that instead of having us all sing the whole thing through, it was okay with me if you guys just sing the second out of 2 verses. You didn't sing a lot, but I felt like it was still a nice moment. You don't need to sing the whole thing. I would rather you sing 1 verse really well, like we did, than stumble our way through 2 verses. I also had just half the choir sing the first section, and the rest of the choir answered, but we know within. That sounds like a question. It sounds like 2 people are talking when I read this, when I read the music. I know we're going, but I don't know how I'm going to get there. But everyone says, but we know within. That's why we go to church, right? Because we all know that together, even if we're not so sure on our own sometimes.